If you want to stop slicing the golf ball, you've got to stop putting that ball position inside your left heel. Now, I know that's everything that you've been told to do, and that's everything that everybody says is correct. But promise me, trust me, I've got 5 simple steps that will stop your slicing as long as you've not got that ball position inside your left heel. Now, ultimately, if you slice the golf ball, our club face is constantly just open. Now, this is going to trick your mind and trick your swing into getting this club face to close a lot earlier. And that's vital if we want to make a big change. Now, step 1, we're understanding what our swing arc is. So this hula hoop is just showing you that ball position has a big influence on where we swing. So have a look at this here. If I address this hoop and I move this ball to inside my left heel, where we address driver, look how it's much easier for me to swing across that golf ball. Now my face is open with this, where is that ball going to go? It's going to be a massive slice. So what we've got to understand here is, if I move that ball towards the back of my stance, right, look where now it's much easier to swing. Now granted, right, if my face is open here with an inside path, I'm going to blast it so far off to the right it is untrue. So there's more to this than that. But what I want to show you for stage 1 is the realization that ball position influences the path of our golf club. Further forward, more likely to swing to the left. Further we go back, more likely to get on this inside arc in here. So stage 2 of this process, I now want you to address the golf ball 1 club head back of middle, and we're going to hit some shots from here. So naturally you'd want it inside your left heel, and that's everything you've been told up to now. We're going to hit some as part of this process. In the end, we will be moving it closer towards that left heel, but this is all part of that process. Look, just a club head behind middle, because if I move my hoop in line, where are we now able to get? We're able to get here, aren't we, on this inside arc. Now, this is really important to understand, because if I swing massively over now, I'm just going to miss the golf ball. Now, your brain is not going to allow you to do that, so that's why we're starting here. So stage 2, move the ball 1 club head back of middle. Now, as I just said earlier, with the ball being back here, we've got more of a chance of actually hitting a blast out to the right if our face stays open. So what this drill is to trick your mind to releasing that club earlier. Because now with this drill with the ball back, you're more likely to hit inside, but you have less time to close the face. So in theory, if I can do it with the ball back here, it's a lot easier when I move it forward eventually. So if you look at this, right, to do that, stage 3 here, I'm gonna have to feel an element of this. Now look what I'm doing with my wrists here. I'm really trying to close that club face much earlier and hit more from the inside than I ever need to. So watch this ball flight. This is what I'm gonna do here. Look, really low, really left on my first attempt, really hooking. So if I tried another one of those with that ball in the exact same position I just had it, 1 club head back of centre, what I'm trying to do is trick my brain to go, right, Alex, you've really got to close that face much earlier than you have been used to. Now look at that shape. Path far too much to the right, face closed, but a massive draw. In 2 shots, you would have gone from slicing it to drawing it. That's the first 3 stages. Let's move on to stage 4 and 5. Now, stage 4, we're going to move that ball a little bit further forward. At stage 3, we were hitting those balls 1 club head back of centre. So if we think about this logically, if you can close the face when you've got less time, as we're shoveling this ball further forward, you're going to be able to do it because you've got more time to do it. So as we've realised, as we move this ball position now a little bit close to centre, and then as we move it forward, we're less inside. Those last few shots were far too much from the inside, but it really gives you that sensation of hitting from the inside and closing that face. So now, at stage 4, hit some balls with driver off the middle of your stance. Again, I'm looking to release that club. Release that club. And that is just, watch me there, that's me feeling an element of that. And people, I think, are scared to do this because it's a very strange sensation from what they're used to. Like if you slice it, you've just been doing this. We've got to do the opposite. And I always think of coaching, it's a little bit like a volume button. We've got to have it full blast to start with, and then we can turn it down as we get more comfortable. So stage 4, hit some balls now off the middle of your stance. Have a look at that from player cam. That's exactly where I got it lined up. That's going to now be less on the inside and more time to close the face. Now look at that shot. That was the easiest way for me to hit a draw. And you might want to adopt that a little bit into your swing. Okay, let's get on to the 5th and final stage. Can you really see how I've started to trick your swing? We've now really hit from the inside and getting that club to close. Now this is what I left a lot of my students with. I want you now just to go up to the golf course and hit some shots with your driver ball position, a club head inside your left heel. So never on it, a club head inside. That's really going to give you a chance of not being so biased across and really feeling that you've got to change lots. It also has that happy medium of time to close and a little bit more on a neutral path. Now one thing with this, if you do lose it, go back to the start of this process. Realise the ball position has an effect. Put the ball at the back, one club head back of centre, then hit some from centre. And finally, what I take to the golf course, a club head inside my left heel, and watch this fly. You're going to have this feeling yourself, I promise you. Again, look at that draw. You have just tricked yourself into stopping your slice following this very simple 5-step process. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the free Simple Golf Tips.